This demo is called Corrosion of Iron, the Statue of Liberty reaction. The Statue of Liberty contains iron framework that has shown signs of corrosion over time. This demo shows the relationship between iron, copper, and acid. The materials needed for this demo are vinegar, salt, plastic wrap, plastic cups, towels, copper, and iron. There weren't directions in the book with the amount of materials. Basically, the only directions were to make 9 environments with these combinations of materials. So from here on, I made up my own experiment. I cut copper strips into 1 gram pieces and grouped iron into 1 gram pieces. For the first set of conditions, I used 50 milliliters of vinegar, which I put in the cup with the towel, and 200 milliliters of water. Then I added 1 tablespoon of salt and stirred. For the second condition, I used just 200 milliliters of water. The third condition was dry, so overall there was a dry, wet, and acidic cup for copper alone, iron alone, and copper and iron together. I then covered the cups with plastic wrap and let them sit for 3 days. The copper had no change in any cup. In the iron set, the wet cup showed signs of rust, and in the copper and iron cups, the wet cup also showed signs of rust. There are 3 important reactions taking place in this demo. The reactions between water and iron, copper and iron, and acid and iron. Between water and iron loses electrons to become a cation, while water reacts with air to form hydroxide. The iron cation and hydroxide reacts to create a solid that further reacts with oxygen to create rust in water. You can tell by this comparison of iron alone on the left and iron and copper on the right that with copper, iron's rusting drastically increases. This is because on the SRP table, copper and iron are situated so that copper reacts with iron to create more iron cations and therefore more rust. The last reaction is between acid and iron. You can tell that on the left, the copper and iron and acid doesn't appear to have any rust compared to the cup on the right with no acid that has rust. This is because when rust reacts with acetic acid, which has about a 5% concentration in vinegar, iron 2 acetate is made. Iron 2 acetate is a white solid that is highly soluble in water, and therefore it dissolves so that it appears that no rust was made.